say the police commissioner is here now?
She did, Edward. I hope I'm not intruding. Thank you, Stella.
It was a pleasure to see you, Robert.
Yes, we're just sorry it's... Well, the occasion is so ghastly.
Well, ghastly or not, I have a job to do, and I'd like to get on with it.
Your job concerns us.
Bringing Susan's murderer to justice involves everybody who was even remotely connected with it.
Well, surely you know that Scotty Baldwin committed the murder.
That is the case I'm trying to build, sure. But you could be helpful by telling me what you know or what you were told by Susan about Scotty.
Well, I think you already have the answer to that. Susan was badgering us ever since she lost in court.
Lost? Her son has $1 million trust. $1 million of your money. Now, that doesn't sound like a loss to me.
Oh, well, it was to Susan. I mean, she got relatively nothing. And she certainly resented that.
Oh, bitterly.
The way we piece it together, Scotty found out that Susan was trying to ruin us.
Why would you assume that?
Because Scotty came here actually offering us to help stop her.
Oh, in no uncertain terms. As a matter of fact, right in this very room, he informed us that he was aware of what Susan was trying to do to us, to get us, as he said, and he wanted to stop her.
And tell me, did he say, using your words, how she planned to get you?
No, he did not.
Get off it, Edward. You trying to tell me that you must have asked a question, you must have received an answer.
We did not ask.
You want me to believe that some guy walks into your home here and informs you that his wife is planning to, quote-unquote, get you. And you don't ask how she plans to do this? I mean, I find that rather hard to believe.
Damn it, man, whether you believe it or not is beside the point. Besides, we're not obligated to answer your questions.
We could make the whole arrangement a little more formal by going downtown for an interrogation.
Oh, now, there's no need to do anything so drastic. We're trying as best as possible to tell you what we know.
I counted on your cooperation, Edward.
Well, you have it. You want to know my best guess?
By all means.
Scotty Baldwin has been working very hard to establish himself in this community. For example, that waterfront redevelopment project. That makes him a civic leader. Do you agree?
See your point. Go on.
Well, a man who is on the threshold of civic prominence certainly doesn't want to be embarrassed by his wife's vendettas. Now, if you ask me, that's why he wanted to stop her.
I think so, too.
What about you?
Well, it's a logical explanation.
I agree with you. In fact, I'd almost come to the same conclusion myself. Thank you for reinforcing some of my opinions, Edward.
As I told you, we just wanted to be helpful.
Oh, you are, all of you. Very.
Thank you. Well, I must say that's a relief.
What is?
Pardon?
What's a relief?
The fact that the truth is about to come out.
Well, I won't impose on you much longer, but I'd like to discuss the gun, specifically your gun.
We keep it in the desk drawer in the den.
Not in open sight?
In the drawer.
Right, well, when was the last time you recall seeing it?
I can obviate that question if I may.
Go ahead.
We haven't seen the gun since Scotty visited Mrs. Quartermain.
Alan, is that your recollection?
Definitely.
I'll save you the trouble. It's mine, too.
Right, you said the gun was kept in a drawer. Now, if that drawer was open, is the gun in plain sight?
Oh, yes, definitely. Handy at all times.
Thank you. It tells me a lot. Well, you've all been very helpful. As a matter of fact, I won't bother you any further at this particular stage, but I may need to ask you more questions later on.
We're at your service, Robert.
Yes, I knew I could count on the Quartermains. Please, don't bother. I'll find my own way out. Jessie.
Oh, hello, Robert. Or, I call you Mr. Commissioner now.
You can call me anything you like, but I need a spot of help. I want to talk to Rick Weber, Mark Dante, and Dr. Putnam.
Well, let's see. Rick is at the waterfront clinic. Mark is with Claudia. There's an emergency. Dr. Putnam, it's no problem at all. Dr. Putnam.
Yes. Oh, hello, Robert.
Hey, mate, listen, I'd like to sort of take a few minutes of your time, if that's all right.
Certainly. Let's go over to the lounge.
Look, instead of asking you any direct question here, what I'd like to do is, well, in your own words, just recall for me anything that Susan may have said to you.
Since I treated her, that covers a lot of territory.
All right, then. Specifically, anything about Scotty.
I got a very clear impression that he was responsible for her troubles.
Can you be a little more precise? I mean, can you give me her exact words?
Okay. Mark and I were examining her, and let's see, I remember Mark telling her he wanted me to take a look at her back. That's... Now, that may not sound significant to you, but I got the definite impression that Susan was referring to Scotty.
In a case like this, everything is significant. Listen, thanks very much for your time.
I'm glad to help.
I may need to talk to you again later.
Certainly.
Jesse, listen, I need to talk to Steve. Is he in his office?
No, he's in the cafeteria.
Well, I'll find him there. Thank you.
All right.
Steve, do you mind?
Of course not, Robert. Please sit down.
Look, I don't want to waste your time here. I've reconstructed what happened the night of Susan's death. Now, as I understand it, you were with Leslie at Kelly's diner when Alice came in.
Well, that's quite right. Alice had just witnessed a fight between Scotty and Susan, and she was upset about it. Obviously disturbed. Rick thought so, too. In summary, Robert, I got the distinct impression from Alice that Scotty hated Susan.
Wait a minute. Excuse me for putting my 2 cents worth in, but I just don't understand.
Why not?
Because I witnessed the marriage. Susan asked Scotty to get married. It wasn't the other way around.
That doesn't negate my impression.
Yeah, well, you have a point there, Steve, but in this stage, all impressions are very important. I'll put them together later on.
All right. Mark, how's Claudia doing?
Well, we're trying to stabilize her, but it's rough going.
Any idea what happened?
Not yet, but I think a lab report will show that she's had some kind of poisoning.
Oh,
She's breathing easier
Listen,
anyway.
I really don't want to interrupt here,
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
I have a couple more questions.
Of course. We realize time is important.
Do you recall anything which may have given you the impression that Susan was scared of Scotty, or indeed that they were fighting?
Well, she was kind of upset, but that wouldn't pinpoint Scotty.
Yeah, but Dr. Putnam did.
Well, maybe he had a clearer picture than I did.
Perhaps. I'm hoping Leslie can corroborate exactly what you remember at this stage. I want to know what Alice said when she came into that diner. Excuse me.
Don't you know what I'm saying?
I'll check that as well, sure.
I hear you people have had a rather rough time of it. Everything under control?
For now, I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'll shoot you one quick question. Did you have any notion that Scotty was tormenting Susan emotionally?
Susan never confided that to me.
Leslie, you were at Kelly's the night of the murder. Now, when Alice came in, can you recall exactly what she said about Susan and Scotty? Take
I
your
can
time.
try. Let's see. She came in and she was explaining why she was there. Yes, I remember her exact words.
Thanks, Les. You've been very helpful.
Why do you say that?
Because I'm more convinced than ever now that Scotty wanted Susan dead.
What's wrong with little Mary Sunshine?
Who knows?
Did Mickey call?
No, not as long as I've been here yet.
Well, he's going to. Oh, and wait until you see the marvelous little blouse that Holly bought.
Yeah, we had lunch with Robert and then went shopping.
Yes, it's a beautiful beige. You're going to die with envy when you see it. Well, it's not actually a beige. It's more like a desert sand, I guess. Well, it's a desert sand with a little red. Well, it's not a bright red, actually. It's more like a little magenta, you know? My, aren't we touchy today? Goodness. Mickey. Yes? Mickey, darling, how are you? I knew it was you. Of course. I can be on the next plane. Yes, I have a schedule right in my purse. Could you hold a moment, please? In my purse, Holly. Thank you. Yes, just a moment. Let's see. There's a plane leaving in 20 minutes. Of course I can. You know I've always been fast. Yes, I haven't even unpacked from before. Of course, I will. I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay, let's carry the stamping and send you off in style.
Oh, you're an angel. Thank you.
Here's your coat.
Oh, thank you. Ooh.